Good morning, all of you. Last class we discussed how we can draw a bar graph. Okay. Next we want to discuss about frequency and a frequency distribution table. Okay. What is mean by frequency? That we know that frequency gives the number of times that a particular observation occurs. Okay. How many times that observation occurs? That is mean by frequency. And using that frequency, if we made a table that is known as frequency distribution table. For example, we can take this example. Here it is the shoppers who come to a departmental store. It is marked as for man it is represented by the letter M, for women W, boy B or girl G. The following list gives the shoppers who came during the first hour in the morning. Okay, so it is given as this type of raw data. Okay, first one woman, again one woman, then girl, boy. It is not arranged in a systematic order. So first we want to arrange this in a systematic order. For that we can group that as first we can take for women's. We make this a table like this. For women we represent by W, then men, boy and girls. Okay. So first we can mark this tally marks according to each one. So here first one it is what? It is come by a woman came there. So in the column of that woman we can mark one tally mark. So okay, one, then again women, then next one also another woman, then next is another girl. Okay, then boy, woman, again next also woman. So if it is already 4 tally marks, next fifth one we can mark as a crosswise. Okay, then M, what is man, then girl, again one girl, then man, another man, then women, again women, then fourth also this, then next girl, then boy, then next one man, okay, fourth one, then women, this is fifth one, then boy, girl, fifth one, then next girl, man, women, again women, then man, again another man, then women, again women, then next here actually I think we want to mark their man. I had a mistake happened there. Then W, that already marked, then boy, then again women, then girl, then man, women, again women, next women, girl, women, not here, then man, next man, women, man, like that we want to fill this. Next also women, then girl, women, man, next girl, then last women, then man, again man, then boy, then girl, women. Okay, so this type we marked all this. Next, after that we can count these tally marks. Here how many will be? This one set will be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 27, and next one is man, how many? 15, then boy 5, girl 5 plus 5, 10, 10 plus 2, 12. Okay, so this type we got one frequency distribution table for this given data. So in this we can express, one more question is there, make a frequency distribution table and also draw a bar graph to illustrate it. Okay, bar graph to illustrate. Actually when we count this, any mistake happen, we want to count how many women are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 there. Okay, 28 women are there. That we had a mistake after marking that time. Okay, and next one is, so it will be, we want to change this as 28. Okay, after next we want to draw a bar graph to illustrate this distribution table. Okay, how we can draw bar graph? For that we want to express, we want to draw two axis, x axis and y axis, and also which we can represent on the x axis. In this case, x axis we can represent the shoppers' names, woman, man, boys and girls, and in the y axis we can draw the numbers. Okay, so when we draw that bar graph, so first we want to represent this, first draw a two axes, x axis and y axis, and here we can represent the shoppers. Okay, different shoppers, man, woman and girls and boys. So using that distribution table we want to represent this. First we got, in case of distribution table, when we check that distribution table, we again check it, we got it, women 28 and man 15. Women 28 women are there. So first when we represent that, here we know it is given as a width of 3 centimeter width each. So, okay, so 1 centimeter represent how many? 3. Okay, each have the same width, 3 numbers 3. So here 28 women are there. So 28 we can just express here, we can mark here, and when we draw a bar for this, just above that 27 we want to take, because 28, 29, 30 also, these three numbers we want to mark in between this 27. Okay, after that draw a bar for representing women. Okay, so here inside or anywhere you can write that, or above anywhere you can write that name. Next, for men, how many men in that group that we want to check again? 15. Then boys 5. So next we can draw another, that is 15. So here 15 is marked here, so we can mark there. Then draw another bar for representing okay. So second bar we draw is for man. Next one, boys. Boys, I think that is 5. So 5 we can represent in between these 3, 4, 5. Next below just below of this 6. Okay, so here we can represent that for boys. And how many girls are there? Girls 12. Okay, 12 girls are there. So 12 is actually we can represent here this height. Okay, height of that bar we can take it as, and it is represented as girls. Okay, this is the frequency distribution. And also we can want to write the scale also. Here the number of shoppers in the y-axis we can represent it. And what is the scale we can take for this? 1 centimeter represents, or 1 unit is equal to 3 shoppers. Okay, 1 unit represent 3 shoppers. That we can represent the scale, and also we can give a title also for this. Okay, how we can give the title for this? Number of shoppers came in a shop. That's type 1 title also we can give this for. Okay, this is frequency distribution table. How we can form a frequency distribution from a given raw data. From a given raw data, how we can make a frequency. Now, when we take another example for this grouping data. Next, we want to discuss about grouping data. Okay, some data, when we check this, now here one question in the textbook. So here you look, here 50, this consider the following marks out of 50 obtained in mathematics by 60 students of class 8. Here it is represented the mark of a that is mathematics. Okay, mathematics marks. How many students mark is represented here? There is 60 students mark is represented here. So when we draw a frequency distribution table, it will be very difficult because we want to observe all these, we want to write all these marks in the table. So it will be very difficult. But in the first case, when we mark that, when we draw the frequency distribution table for that shoppers, because there was only 5 types shoppers, that is man, woman, then boys and girls. 4 types are there only. But here when we draw this frequency distribution table, here 60 marks we want to represent in that table. Okay, it will be very difficult. So in such a case, we can group that marks. Okay, we can group that observations in using a special criteria. So here first, when we take the when we observe these marks, first when we check the lowest mark is which one. Okay, so I think all the marks is a 2-digit. Yeah, 7 is there. Okay, 7 is there, and find out the greatest mark out of this. So here have 44 and 47 also there, then 50, anyway, maximum mark it is given 50. So we can group this observation in different classes like that. So first we can take a group like this. Here you look, in the next page it is given. When we group that data, it is as first 0 to 10. Okay, one group we can make from the mark 0 to 10 marks. Next group we can make from 10 to 20. Okay, how many students got from 0 to 10? Okay, how many students got marks in between 0 to 10? That we can mark as tally marks. Next, how many students got marks in between 10 to 20 and 20 to 30, like that. We can group this data. So here when we consider this group, here each groups is called class intervals. Okay, each groups is called class intervals. So here there is when we consider this class intervals, the first number it is a lower class limit, and this next second one will be upper class limit. Okay, and when we mark this that raw data and we group this like this, sometimes we will get, suppose a mark is there, in the question there is a mark 10 also, 21, 10, 30, and that type of marks are so there. So when we suppose we want to take the first mark is 21, so that 21, in which group we will represent that 21. So that 21 we know that is in between the class interval 20 to 30. Okay, so 21 we can represent in between this, so there we draw one tally marks. Okay, next mark is given 10, and when we consider the number 10, now you look, in the number 10 appears in these two intervals, 0 to 10 also there is one 10, and 10 to 20 there is also 10. So in which interval we will mark this 10? So that you want to mark on the upper, that is in the second one. Okay, 10 mark we want to represent here, not here. Here we can represent only the marks from 0 to 9. Okay, all the marks from 0 to 9 we can represent in this. And next is if the mark is 10 we can represent here, and also if the mark is 40, if any mark 40, in which group we will represent that here. Okay, not here. Here only we will represent 30 to 39 like that. And also we can mark this as first mark is given in the raw data 21. So 21 we will represent here. We will draw one tally mark here. Next 10. So 10 we can represent it and draw another tally mark. Then 30. 30 we will represent here. And 22. 22 will be in between 20 and 30. We will represent like this. So in this way we can group this data by drawing tally marks. Okay, after that we are, when we count this, when we take the frequency, here easily we can find out how many students got between 0 to 10, only 2 students. Okay, how many students got mark in between 10 to 20? Okay, 10 students, like that. And also we can mark, we can find out the answers for this question. Most of the students have got in between how many, most of the marks obtained in which interval? Okay, that is in between 20 to 30. How many students got in between 20 to 30? 21 students got. Okay, and in between 30 to 40, how many students? 19 students got mark. Okay, so this is frequency distribution table, and also this is a grouped frequency distribution table. When we first one, when we marked that shoppers list, that is a frequency distribution table only. But here it is, we grouped the data like this as class intervals. Okay, for these class intervals, this type of grouped frequency distribution table also we can represent in a graphical method. So that graphical method is histogram. Okay, so next we can discuss about histogram, how we can draw a histogram for the frequency distribution table. Now one example we can see here, a frequency distribution table of the same, okay, the same interval we take, the same observation, that is the marks obtained for that students. 0 to 10, 2 students got, 10 to 20, 10 students. So the same observation what we just find out this, and this using that frequency distribution table, how we can represent that on a graph using that histogram. So here also just like a bar graph, not much difference is there. Marks of the students we represent on the x-axis. Okay, marks we represent on the x-axis, and the number of students we represent on the y-axis. Here when we represent the number of students, we want to check this frequency, okay, which is the largest number. Here it is 21 is the largest number. So the last number we want to include 21 or 22. Okay, 21 we want to represent. Up to that we want to mark this number of students. So here which interval we take here, or unit 1 unit represents 2 students, 0 to 2, then 2 to 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. That we can take our convenience. Sometimes we can take, if it is 0 to 5, then next we can take 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 20, like that. That is according to the number we can choose that unit, okay, that interval. Next here, when we consider this, first is what? 0 to 10, how many students? 2 students got 0 to 10. So we represent this 0 to 10, we mark a bar like this. Okay, how many students? 2 students. It's very easy. Then next 10 to 20. So from this line itself, without any gap, we will draw the next bar also. In the case of bar graph, we give a gap in between each bar with an equal width. But here no need of giving that gap. Why? Because you know here the first bar represents 0 to 10. Next bar represents from 10 to 20. Okay, from the same number it is starting from the second bar. So we want to start from that same number itself. So 10 to 20, how many students? 10 students. So that we are drawing, take the number of 10 here and draw another bar by touching this first bar. Next one is 20 to 30. So 20, again we can want to start from this number itself. How many students? 21 students are there. So in between 20 and 22, from the middle we can draw. The height of that bar will be in between these two. Okay, in this way we can represent all this. Okay, so the height of the bars, in this the height of the bars represent the frequency of that class interval. What is the height of the bars? This 20 to 30, its height is 21. Okay, so 20 to 30 represent that frequency 21, like that. Okay, here the height of this bar, interval 40 to 50 is 7. Height of the bar is 7. So that represent this number of students, how many got in between 40 to 50. So this is the bar histogram. Okay. Now another example also, another thing also we want to note this. In this another bar graph is represented, not bar graph, histogram is represented here. Now you look here, it is a number of teachers is given, and this is already given its question first. When we check that questions, the ages of teachers, otherwise I will say ages of teachers of a school is given as a, it is represented as a histogram. And here you look number of teachers here, 1, 2, 3, 4, only sometimes there will be only 7 teachers. And here it is represented, their ages represented on this x-axis. Okay, and ages is started, we know if the teachers will be it should be more than 20 years. So this, in this x-axis it is started from 20 onwards. Okay, no need of taking the intervals, that is 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, because nobody will be in that list. Okay, nobody, no one teachers will be with that ages. So we need to start only from 20 onwards. After that we take each interval as 20 to 25. Class interval it is taken here at as 20 to 25, then 25 to 30, 30 to 35, 35 to 40, 40 to 45, like that. And here if we started like that, if we didn't start from 0 onwards, we are drawing a line here, that is, this line is called a jagged line or broken line. Okay, what we want to mean in this, here it is represented, this line shows that it is the numbers between 0 to 20. Okay, because no one will be in that interval, because no teachers will be with that age, we can avoid that class intervals, 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, like that. We no need of representing that class interval in this graph. So and in such case we want to draw a line like this, okay, a broken line. Only we want to just draw that. After that we can start from this lowest. If the lowest age from that teachers list, if it will be 20, we can start from 20, okay, like that, and the highest age is with 50. So in this, out of this list we can represent how many teachers are in between the age 30 to 35. How many teachers are there? 6 teachers are there in between the ages 30 to 35. And how many teachers are there in the age between 40 to 55? There are 2 teachers. Like that we can answer. Okay. So how many teachers are of age less than 35 years? Such questions also we can answer. How many teachers are of age less than 35? Okay. So that we can answer by adding these two. Less than 35. 35 start from this onwards. So less than 35 will be these 3. 6 plus 5, 11, 11 plus 4, 15 teachers are there. Okay. How many teachers are of age 45 years or more but less than 50 years? That also we can answer. How many teachers are of age 45 years? Okay. 45 years or more but less than 50. So it will be only 5 teachers. Okay. This is histogram. Okay, so all of you want to buy a graph paper, and you can want to draw this graph on a graph sheet. Okay, thank you.